Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Mr. GoodBuds. We back with another Q&A Season 2, man. If y'all already know, we here to answer questions straight from Discord. If you don't know how to get your questions in Discord, all you gotta do is hit the link in the description or the bio, wherever you at. Go over to the Discord, go over to Q&A questions channel and drop your question, and I'm gonna try my best to answer it. We got some real good questions today, so I'm excited to get into it. First, it's tradition. Let's talk about what we currently growing under. I like to always do this because we got a lot of big changes coming up, so y'all got to know exactly what I'm doing, man. So first, we got the 3x3 over here, and we currently running the Mars Hydro FC 3000, which is beast mode. And speaking of FC 3000, we are doing a 420 giveaway, and every day we're going to drop a different entry option for you, and you're going to go and hit that link in the description and go to that same website every day. The same web page is going to be something different for you to do to gain entries. And I don't know if y'all remember using this program before and we had the discrepancies, but remember we figured it out and this shit was right. So everything is good. I know for a fact everything is legit and everything is fair. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it again and we're going to have fun, man. You feel me? In the middle, we got the Veg tent and we running the TSW 2000 by Mars Hydro. And finally, in the photo booth, we got the huge ass Mars Hydro FCE 6500. So I'll be excited to replace that with a smaller Mars Hydro light real soon because that thing is big and hard to move up and down. Inside the 4x4, you know it's meant for a 5x5, so you know. We're going to go ahead and get into these questions because I'm excited to answer some of these questions. Before we get started, let's get a quick word from our sponsors about this giveaway, baby. Let's go. Don't miss out, baby. It's 420, baby. 420 of 2022 happening right now. Mars Hydro, Mr. GoodBuds. We giving away an FC 3000, baby, for the growth style. And this giveaway is for both channels, Mr. GoodBuds and the Munchies. So don't miss out, man. Make sure you visit the link in the description every single day if you want to get that FC, baby. All right, y'all. So we back with the heat. So question number one. Question is from Lashin 1984. So he or she asks, have you ever flipped a photo in 45 days or less? Yes. Definitely go check out the flower booth. I haven't been able to get back to the flower booth because y'all love the auto booth so much and we doing breeding. But the flower booth was real cool. And one thing we did was took clones and we flowered them in like week 3. So that was only like 21 days. And we had really good results. Really huge nugs. Really dense flowers, man. It was really nice. So I actually had fun with that one. So yes, give it a try. Question number 2 from Blazer Man, and he asks, so now that you have a bunch of pollen in your freezer, yeah, what's the plan? What kind of crosses you thinking in the future? All right, so let's start right there. So first of all, the plan is, so my plan is to get viable seeds of every one of the phenols that I kept. So that's plan number 1. Plan number 2, and that way that if in case I don't get the mom plan, if something happens with the mom, I got backup seeds. And plan number 2 is to get some crazy crosses. Now, my 2 favorite strains I've grown so far was the OG Kush and the Blueberry Runs. So you already know that I'm in Breeders Booth Season 2 right now. We're about to cross those 2. And then we're going to go on an entire stabilization journey to stabilize a great strain with the OG Kush and the Blueberry Runs. I haven't figured out what we should call it. Comment down below what y'all think we should call it. Don't expect to get no rights or no money or no credit for naming it. But I will use your names. I know I give you credit though, but I'm not going to give you no money. But what y'all think we should name it? Ain't nobody going to answer now. They're like, fuck this nigga. What y'all think we should name it, man? I come up with a bunch of different names. And the second part of Blazer Man's question, I think you should do a dry ice run with this new harvest instead of bubble/water like you done previously. Just my vote. That's a good idea. Switching up the content, doing something different. Dry ice run. This might be a good motherfucking idea, dog. Now that you got me thinking. You know what I'm saying? I like switching it up, man. I like this Q&A. Fucks with you, Blazer, man. I think we doing that. That's a go, bro. That's a go. We doing the dry ice run, bro. The next run, we gonna do a dry ice run. And then we gonna do a rising run. and which is one of the questions, and I'll answer it anyway. So next question, but that's the truth, bro. Good looking. Sonic, mix the blueberry runts with the Girl Scout cookie. I don't got Girl Scout cookie, but that sounds real good. I'm only working with what I got. So I'm not looking to go outside of my strains that I've collected. I don't know what's wrong with my mustache. This shit's driving me crazy. I'm not trying to go outside of the strains we collected. And I'm not like that's pure breeding. Like I'm not on pure breeding tip right now. Like going out looking for strains. I'm trying to breed what I have and just have fun with what I'm doing. But in the future, I may go for those. Those may be future endeavors. We'll see. That wasn't even a question. Class QP. Can you please get into pressing rosin more? Yes. And possibly making bubble hash or hash rosin. Yes. I was just thinking that. I remember you mentioned you had gotten the press. Yes, I do got the press. We got the low temp press. So, yes, we're gonna do dry ice run to get some to get the hash, and then we're gonna do bubble hash. We're gonna do hash rosin. And we're gonna do regular rosin. I said rosin. I'm really excited. We're gonna do hash rosin and regular rosin. And I got some new bags too, so we're gonna take a look at those new bags from a new company. So stay tuned for that. It's all coming together, man. Mr. Thick Buzz, he asked, can you please get into pressing rosin more and possibly making bubble hash or rosin hash? What that nigga above said. I got you, bro. For sure, bro. I got you, bro. Kimberton 31. If I've grown the same strain from clone over and over and each one pops male parts in a stable environment, would it be because of weak genetics? Yeah, I mean, if you feel like you got the same strain clones over and over in a stable environment, if you feel like you're doing everything right, then yeah, it's the genetics, no doubt. I'll tell you something that stressed me out that I've learned is really a lot of genetics. Like sometimes plants don't come out well, sometimes they don't come out great, and you think it's your fault, but then you grow another plant and do the same thing, and that bitch be beast mode. It be a lot. Genetics has a lot to do with that stuff. One thing that I know is, which is why I like to have strains that work with the way that I grow. All the strains don't work with the way that I grow. Now they may be great strains, but they may not work with the way that I grow. So I have to switch up too much, and it's hard for me. So I like to get strains that's easy for me to grow and work with the way that I grow. And strains are completely different. Like I said, you would do the exact same thing and have that one strain be trash, and then the other one be the best smoke you ever had. So, yes, I definitely think that that's a possibility. And when in doubt, try a different seed. And when it sprout, you going to know for sure. Hey, I almost had some bars there. Have you tried Terp teas from Roots Organic? I haven't tried them, but I've seen them. And can you get through veg and flour only on terps alone, on teas alone? Yes, you can. For sure you can. Yeah, you can. Organic, like, when you're doing teas and stuff like that, and the terp teas and Roots Organic, you definitely get through the whole grow, especially with the terp teas. Now, I wouldn't even say that with their whole lineup, but the terp teas is good. I mean, you could definitely get through a whole grow, and they made those after their original lineup so that you could go through an entire grow or use it in conjunction with their old grow to boost their old grow. Because you can use it alone, and it still carry your grow. So, yeah, you definitely can. Next question, Slim Cole 81 again. Yeah, man, what up? Can you give me some info on light toxicity as far as signs and symptoms? I thought I was overwatering until I let it dry out completely and all the leaves were still slumped over. I'm running 2 Mars Hydro TS1000s in a 4x2 for 3 autos. 2 of the autos are loving life, but the third bitch just won't get right. I know how that is. 4th week of flower. Yeah, first of all, well, okay, so some of the light toxicity signs is definitely droopiness. Now, the plant does droop, but one thing to look for is when the leaf is drooping, it droops, and it has like this little fold. It folds and droops. Like, it's like the center is kind of like, it doesn't completely droop over like how when it's overwater or underwater, and it gets like this weird fold in the spine of the leaf. That comes from light stress and light toxicity. Another thing you'll start to notice is that's what I always notice. That's my number one telltale sign. The second thing is the light bleaching. Now, if you in flower, then you'll start to see the tips of the buds turn white, and that's no doubt from too much light. And so if you see anything like that, now one thing that it does sound like that I get a lot, and you in flower though, so it's a little different. And I don't know what size pots you're using, but the problem that I be having is when I'm root bound and then I water, and it be overwatered, it be underwatered, then it be overwatered, like real fast from being root bound. So I don't know if you root bound or not. If you not, then definitely look for those signs: the bleaching, and then the folded over, but the almost the square fold in the middle fold over. Look at some of the older plants, like the Photo Booth season 1. I had bad light bleaching on that, so I'll check that out. Mr. Thick Buzz, if I dig a hole outside, and can you go to turning? No, bro. No. Oh, that's not what you was about to say. You said if I dig a hole outside and plant a seed, how big should the hole be? Maybe the size of a 5-gallon pot, or could I get away with like a gallon size hole filled with normal amendments, compost, and aeration? You don't want to plant the plant directly in that. You can use no hole size. Like you can use a pea hole size and plant your plant in it, and it will bust through those roots. And I've learned, because my neighbor, he actually taught me that even though we got a shit ton of clay, them roots still be strong. They will grow through that shit. So you can plant your seed in a pea hole size, as long as like an inch or so above the ground, it'll grow and grow and grow. Now, as far as if you want to add amendments, I will wait. I would just wait until it gets bigger and then just top just like how you normally do. And that's what he was doing. And that was interesting. That was something I learned a lot from growing outside, like, because I use pots, but my man's planting right into the ground, which is very interesting. And we had a whole thing going on with that, man. And it was pretty interesting. So, yeah, it actually, to my surprise, they don't have no problem. They will grow like a tree, and the roots will be huge. So try that out. Pluto, have you ever thought about using grove bags? Now, grove bags, I was just looking them up because I don't know if you're the same person that asked me this in one of the comments, but the bag that's supposed to burp and like be the perfect humidity inside without you having to do anything. I never thought about it because I didn't know anything about it. But it is a thought now. Just knowing about it, I would definitely try it out. If y'all want me to try it out, I'll try it out when I get a chance. Just keep reminding me. But the jars, I definitely would like to try something different from the jars. The jar is king, but the only problem with the jar is the space. Like, the jars take up too much space. So I always want to do something that's better than the jars. That's why I went into the vacuum sealing, and I tried to leave it vacuum sealed, and that didn't turn out good, and things like that. So I definitely do. I would try to grow bags just because I want to try something that's gonna work as well as jars and not take up as much space. Have you ever sweated your harvest when drying? What are your thoughts on the process? I had meant to look up what you meant by that, and I didn't even do it. But sweating, and let's see what that is. Sweating, and I ain't gonna say it out loud. I don't know how many times I said it already. Oh, they already talked about this. Talking about grow bags. All this skill overstated. The process of drying is the process of sweating before the beginning of curing. The plant that is newly dried, or at least appears to be, needs to be sweat. What is sweating? At the center of your flower, there is a lingering moisture that needs to be drawn out to the surface of the plant. And while mold-resistant strains do exist, sweating is one of the important steps of many towards mold prevention. By taking this time to dry and cure your harvest properly, you're protecting the flavorful and aromatic oils. Now, I thought that I always was under the impression that that's what I was doing when I was curing, especially in the first 2 weeks. And so, yeah, because I always thought that I was drawing out the remaining moisture. Once you get it in the jar and you close that jar, that was part of why it's important to burp, because not only are you releasing those chlorophyll gases, but you also drawing the moisture from the center and drawing it out. And that's why when you have some flour that's really crunchy and you put it in that jar and you come back a day later, it's moist again. And so yeah, I assumed I have always been doing that. Maybe I'm not specifically doing a separate step to sweat it and then cure it. And maybe you separate, maybe curing. What is curing then? Curing would only be removing the chlorophyll taste. I think it's kind of the same thing. So yeah, I think you sweating your plant. If you disagree, I may be wrong. But if you disagree, explain it to me down below. Anybody, whoever, I'm sure somebody will. But yeah, that's what I think. I think that curing is sweating. And so last but not least, Mr. Thick Buzz. He kept it, man. Appreciate you, bro. You kept it. You held me down with the questions. IPM, Integrated Pest Management. PAMS, PAMS, Prevention, Avoidance, Monitoring, Suppression. Can you explain what these terms mean to you and some of the techniques that you employ? Shukran. Afwan. First of all, you sounded like I was being interviewed. That was like the most professional question on this whole thing. That boy said, can you explain what these terms mean to you? Boy, I got nervous. I almost felt like I was being interviewed, boy. You know what I'm saying? So integrated pest management, is what, to me, that means what I use in between while I'm growing to control pests, like to integrate it into my normal growth schedule. And so that could be whatever you use to control pests is, to me, that's integrated pest management. It's integrated into your normal method, and which is what you're gonna have to do to get the problem under control. So like my integrated pest management would be, which I'm doing something different. I'm gonna tell y'all, dog, I can't never hold nothing in, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. So y'all already, oh my bad, I got this thing in my hand. So y'all already know. You already know. I don't know if y'all saw the video. If y'all haven't, I think I posted a video, I'm pretty sure, about my IPM. What I was doing the neem oil extract, the cold pressed neem oil. The extract is the pesticide. The cold pressed neem oil that we mix with water and dish detergent, and then the what was the other thing? I don't even remember, dog. I don't even remember what my own IPM is, bro. What's wrong with me, dog? I know I had the two pests. Oh, the nematodes. I'm tripping, bro. You know how I be blowing. The nematodes. So that wasn't working as well as I wanted it to work. So what we decided to do is we went and I decided to mix insect frass and diatomaceous earth. And I actually got it. We mixed something together, and that's my new IPM that I added. So now we got the quadfecta. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 different things. That's my IPM now. So that's my integrated pest management, what it means to me, not PAMS. Now, we use this in a lot of stuff in everyday life. Prevention, avoidance, monitoring, and suppression. And now when I think about that, I think about any problem, any problem that can occur with your growth. And pretty much anything in life. Like, you can apply this to anything in life, but we talking about growing. But think about it and apply it to that. Any problem that you have, PAMS is something that you need to help you to prevent that problem. And so you're going to use this, and you can write this down and actually come up with a plan to prevent problems. And it's the word, the proof is in the pudding, the prevention. Know what your problem is and how to prevent that problem. So now you're preventing that problem. Avoidance. Avoid the problem altogether. If you know the problem and you identified the problem, then avoid the problem. Some of us have that problem that we don't know how to avoid problems. And we so big and bad that we don't give no fuck sometimes, and we just walk right into the problem. You don't always have to do that, though. Now that I'm getting older, now I know that sometimes you could just avoid the problem altogether. And that's hair off. There's no sweat on my back. And it's a lot easier on my sanity. You know what I'm saying? And that also applies to the growth. Monitoring, observation, man. to keep problems from happening, you need to monitor and know why the problem happened, and monitor so that you know when the problem is going to arise. Monitoring and observing so that you are one step ahead. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making this sound real good. And then the last thing is monitoring. I've heard this before though. You know what I'm saying? I put it together like that. It sounds real good, but I've heard this shit before. So monitoring is gonna help you prevent a problem as well. And suppression. And now suppression is once you identify the problem, and if you can't completely avoid the problem altogether, you can also suppress that problem, and you can push that problem back, make that problem hard. Make it hard for that problem to arise. Make it hard for that pest. Suppress it. And that's another way. He probably could be like, no, dog, I meant it completely different, some other shit. That may be, dog. I hope I did good. So this is all, in my eyes, this is problem prevention, man. You feel me? So prevention, avoidance, monitoring, and suppression can help you avoid problems, man. Man, so that's the last question, man. Appreciate y'all for joining me for another Q&A, man. Make sure y'all comment down below, y'all like this video, and you subscribe to the channel, and you make sure you hit up that 420 giveaway, and make sure you subscribe to everything so that you know when we're gonna do the discussion again, and you know when the 420 entry is gonna be available to you, man. I appreciate y'all for joining me once again. Drop your questions in the Q&A. We had some good ones this time, man. That was nice, man. We out.